We're just gonna be having, can you stop beeping, please? Thank you. Hi everybody, my name is Rosalie and welcome back to my channel, Back to Chubby. Today is another Do It With Me weight loss, and so I will be meal prepping. Hopefully the video won't be too much longer than that because it's almost 90 degrees here, but I'm not gonna turn my air conditioner on in the middle of March, but I also don't want to have the fan going while I'm recording. So I love you guys, but it's really hot. I just don't want to sit in the hottest room in my house without a fan for very long. So before we get to the meal prep, I just want to say thank you guys for all your questions last time. After the last video, I will get to them in the next Q&A, which I still think is a really dumb name, but I like it, so I'm going to stick with it. I also wanted to just sort of touch base and say that I have started doing the sort of online mobile counseling thing I was talking about. I just got matched with a therapist today, and so we've already talked a few times. And so I'll let you guys know more about it on Friday and how it's going. The service that I'm going through has actually also approached me about maybe doing some kind of partnership or sponsorship or getting some kind of like coupon codes for you guys, so I'll let you know how that turns out as well. Because I think that there's a lot of mental health things involved in weight loss, especially if you're very, very overweight. I don't think any of us got to be this way because we just have like normal, I mean, what's normal, right? But I mean, I don't think most of us got to this way without some kind of issues. I sure didn't get this way because I'm just fine. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys about that more on Friday when I do the weigh-in, and we'll see what happens. I'm hoping this video goes up today on Monday because I will be uploading an extra video this week. I'm going to talk a little bit more about some of the diets I've tried, because I get questions a lot about like, what about trying this? What about trying this? What about trying that? And I love those suggestions, and there's some of them that I've taken and some of them that I've tried. I don't know, I just thought it would be good to sort of share what I have tried, what's worked for me and what hasn't, and why I stopped, etc. So yeah, when I upload that video, it'll probably just be a part 1 because I've tried a lot of stuff. So it'll also just sort of be a glossing over those things. So if you want me to go more in depth on any one particular diet and like what my experiences were or what my drawbacks or benefits were to it or more about how it affected my body, I'd be happy to do it. But for now, I'm just gonna sort of list them off. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the meal prep. There's not a lot I really want to talk about before we cut right to it. I do want to say though that if you ever have to cut a pineapple, one of these things is just magic. Like, you just cut the top off and like screw it down into it, and it pulls out the core and like sliced rings for you. And it was just the easiest part of prep this week. I just got this at Walmart for I think like $2, maybe. Anyway, let's go ahead and cut to the meal prep. For breakfast, we're just gonna have a whole bunch of fruit, so I just went with what was on sale and what was easy. You can have pretty much whatever you want, and this looks like a lot of fruit, and it was so much I had to get extra containers, but this is only about 200 calories, so that's pretty cool. For lunch, I'm going to start with tomato basil wrap from Aldi, as well as a serving of turkey lunch meat, 1 slice of Swiss cheese cut in half, some romaine lettuce just because it's easier and I didn't have to cut as much, some tomato, and then just roll it up like a pinwheel, cut it in half so it'll fit into my containers. I'm just gonna make a couple days at a time so they don't get soggy right now, and we're gonna have them with these crispy baked pea snacks. For dinner, I'm gonna start by cutting up some asparagus with a little bit of olive oil and roasting it for about 5 minutes. Taking out the pan and adding in some cherry tomatoes, roasting it for another 10 minutes, and then taking out the pan and finally adding some asparagus, which I will finally roast for another 10 to 15 minutes altogether. And of course, I forgot to cook myself filming the salmon, but it's just glazed with a tiny bit of honey and sriracha to make it a little bit sweet and spicy. If you've watched this channel for very long, you're probably not surprised that we're having almonds and hummus and celery again, but this week we are also having some dark chocolate. Okay, so that's the meal plan for this week. The meal plan is about 1,500 calories. It'll be up shortly on my blog, if it's not already. It might be. It's probably not. Anyway, my blog is back to chubby.wordpress.com, where you can also find some of my past meal plans, and shopping lists, nutrition information. So if you're also just curious about like what the actual nutrition looks like the macros and the calories and sodium, things like that, of what I've been eating lately, you can also see that on the blog. You guys can also find me on social media with the username backtochubby, all one word. As long as I get this video up on Monday, when I hope I do, be sure to watch out on Wednesday for an extra video this week, again, where I talk about some of the diets I've tried and what success I had with them. I hope you guys will check it out. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about a little bit more in depth. And remember, it's only part 1. I will see you guys on Wednesday and then again on Friday when I weigh in. I hope wherever you guys are, you are safe and happy and healthy. Remember to just keep trying the best you can. Sometimes that's all you can do. Anyway, I will talk to you on Wednesday.